Do 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 do. I think it's recording. Oh my gosh, it really is, isn't it? Holy moly, we gotta just stay calm, collective, cool. We gotta shake it off. Shake it off. We're gonna go here real quick. We're gonna make sure. We're gonna go to our channel. This is our first time doing this. I'm so sorry. It says we're going live. We're gonna come right here. Oh my gosh, you can hear me. That's so weird. Hello out there, world. Cruel, cruel world. They took me down. They did. They struck me over the head. It was hardcore. I didn't like it at all. Not at all. Okay. So this is the chat. I think I'm going to keep the chat here. Nobody's watching. I don't think anybody's going to jump in. But what we're going to pretty much do here is we're just going to go through what I would normally do on a night. Is well, since I was out of the war, I still never jumped off the board. And even though it's really, the above ground board of the internet, I still call Telegram the gray board. So I call it the gray board, and tonight we're just coming here to the gray board to check out what we can find. You can see how Chabot used to build his show. So I've gone through some people already. I've gone through people like Ghost Urza, who I really don't follow too much because he doesn't always put out the best of information. This was actually pretty hot, very satanic, but yet still hot. If you didn't know Chabot, he's a pig. If you can't tell by the way his nose looks, he's definitely a pig. But here, let's check this out. Completely satanic. It's these people are gross, and I'm sure she's going to be one of the people take it down. This is obviously Elon Musk's girlfriend as she sits there and she reads the Communist Manifesto written by Karl Marx, and then we have here the blood of somebody who hasn't gotten anything to the blood who somebody has gotten something. That definitely does look like some blood that doesn't belong in a needle. And then you have this here of BG, satanic worshiper, Nazi follower, saying that he was going to do this stuff back in 2010, exactly what we're experiencing now. That satanic bastard. Satanic bastard. Okay, do we got anything here? I guess we play that. And I keep that muted. I just want to see. Okay, got it. Okay, nothing in the chat. Oh my gosh. Hi, Conrad. How are you? I'm watching. How are you doing, Chabot? I'm good. 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 Ha. Six Fingers, what's up, Six Fingers? How is everybody? I really don't have anything a way to call in at this present time. I couldn't get StreamYard up. Maybe I could get StreamYard up. I did want to use something, create broadcast. I don't know what I want to do. Oh gosh, what I could do is though I could definitely do this. I could definitely zoom in. I didn't even think of Zoom. Let's do a Zoom. Okay, definitely. How is everybody out there? It's glad to see you back. This is going to be so much easier than the builder shows. Building the shows was so hard. Host a meeting with video on. Why not? Oh, you want my email address? Sure, we'll use that one. I don't remember ever having an account. Yeah, I don't even remember having an account. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Let's find out. Nope, that's not it. That's not it either. Incorrect email or password. Let's say we forgot our password, email address. Okay. It's going to probably say that I don't have an account. I don't doubt it. Yeah. Email has been sent. Okay. Alright. So let's go to sign up, sign in. It's free. Oh no, wait. Sign in. We're going to go here. We got that password. We're going to go to our phone. We're going to go to the email that was last sent to us. Okay, there we go with Zoom. Chabul. And the new password is, click here. We're clicking, we're definitely clicking. It's not instant gratification. It's not working fast enough for me. We're going to reset the password, and the new password is 6 fingers. Confirm the password, 6 fingers. Save it. Perfect, we're in. Okay, so we go here and we write 6 fingers. We sign in here. Holy moly, we really did that. Never. Okay, so we want to host a meeting. I don't know what to do. Short video on. Open in Zoom. Launch a meeting. Use microphone and audio. You are using the computer audio. Okay, we're using computer audio. Okay, so we're on. Okay, now what? I've never done this before. You're watching failure happen, like right in front of your eyes. You really are. No, I don't want to join a meeting. Go back to the home screen. Host a meeting. Yes, host a meeting with video on. Okay. Open Zoom. Why does this come directly up? Use this. Okay, we're doing that. You are using computer audio. Okay. I'm stressing. Calm down. We're not recording anything. Participants. I'm a participant. Oh my gosh, invite. Default email. Copy link invite. Copy invitation. Okay. Copy invite link. Okay, link copied. Okay. So we go back here. We come here. Oh my gosh, there's so many people involved. Hi, I've missed you. Please don't stop. You are a great source for information. Love you and God bless you and your family. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Diana. Absolutely. I'm trying to calm down. Okay. So I that's the link to Zoom, and this is the passcode. Ooh, that didn't work the way I wanted it. Definitely did not work the way I wanted it. So do we want to copy invitation and put that here? Oof. App makes it look just as big and weird. Definitely not big and weird. Okay, so the meeting passcode is G9 capital E H9R. I really should have probably Googled this before I went up on there or up on here, but we're learning. We're all learning. So if you just want to give that a try to see if it even works, I'm not really doing anything. I'm just sitting here thinking I'm making a difference in the world, but that might not be the case. We're just really not doing anything. So this is obviously communism at its fullest. So let me put this back here so I can at least see what's going on in the backroom chat. And so we're going to put this here. We're going to close this. We're going to make this smaller because we obviously can see the communists. That's a communist face right there. We see that right there. And that was pretty cool. It got bigger. Let's do the communist real quick. Communist jiggle. Communist jiggle. Wiggle the communist right there. You see the communist? Yeah. It gets all big for you. And, okay. So that's Ghost Thursday. RT News, we talked about that yesterday, but that was on the other channel, MHM News Q. But that only has like 3 subscribers. I had no idea that people, would have still been following. So I've been working on this live stream thing. And this is We Are the Media. I definitely follow them hardcore. I messed up because I went all the way to the bottom already. And they usually have really good information. This is all on Telegram. And all these people to the left right here, the one with the large numbers, are people I just don't have time to keep up with their BS. It's a lot of BS, and it's absolutely ridiculous. So here we go on October. Today is I don't know what today is. What is today? Today's the 6th. Today's October 6th. So this is just obviously a meme. Hello, fellow whistleblowers, and that's Torba gets it. I guess I don't know. Let's look at this pretty cool meme. Oh yeah, look at these piggy bank bills. That's pretty funny. They have 0 price tag. That's hilarious. You must put this thing in your body or you lose your job. Bootstraps, Harvey Weinstein. That's horrible. That's funny though at the same time. A delightful sample of the ballet dancer situations we have. These are names. Okay, Lexington. Oh my gosh, look at the names. Oh, that's the birthdays and the names are all the same. But except for the resident zip code. I would say that's definitely an irregularity. That doesn't work. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's try it out ourselves. Open. It brought me here. Brought myself here. I'm so sorry, sir. Let me try harder. Okay. So we come here. Oh, no. Nope. We're going to go back to here. Participants. Invite. Default email? Oh, no. That's wrong email. Wrong email. Okay. Participants. Me. Invite. Copy invitation. Invitation has been copied. Okay. We're going to go here again. We're going to post this. Oh, I'm a dick job. So this is the jammer, and I'm sorry that that I am a dick job. Definitely a fucking hammy. I'm a fucking hammy. Maybe I shouldn't curse so much. Yeah, I'm gonna try to cut back on the cursing. We got it. We're learning. Thank you for sticking with me. We're gonna figure this out, and I'm sure we'll be getting a caller in a moment. And here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, caller. No, I'm just kidding. There's nobody there. I'm an idiot. So going back to the war. Going back to the war. I have problems. I think before I start typing. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Peter. It's great to be back. Thank you for having me back. I exited out of the war, and I really should have never exited out of the war. We got back to work, and things just didn't happen the way they should have. It was kind of like a perfect storm in a way. And I just wanted to go back to see if anybody was in there. And things have been really different. So let's see what this is. This is Russell Brand delves into BG, odd connection to Jeffrey Epstein. Bill Gates, a critically awkward interview. We all know about that interview. Sorry, here is this site. Ooh. God's plan. Yep, absolutely right. And I'm glad to be back. This is what I used to do to build my show, and I just pretty much go through here and I would screenshot things. Now I want to try to start building my show again while doing this, and going live and still talking. I fully apologize for the people that that waste their time to hear me talk. It's oh my gosh, somebody's in here. What is going on? I'm so confused. Hello? Hello, sir. How are you? Okay, so everybody, this is Six Fingers, and Six Fingers is across the pond in the UK in Europe, and he is Welsh. Is that Welsh? Welsian? A Welshian.
That's correct.
Hello, sir. How are you today?
I'm a lot better for seeing you.
It's been some time. We all it seems like we all had to step away from things to reanalyze ourselves, if not the situation, to figure out what the hell is going on out there, huh?
I agree, absolutely. I had to take some time away, definitely, because it's just getting, I think since I've been around the last few days, whatever, everybody's done a lot of growing. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah, it's people are just okay. So let me just not be a douchebag, and can you repeat that one more time? Everybody's not what?
I said everybody seems to have grown.
Oh, grown. Yes. I don't know if we've grown. Maybe maturing a little bit, but if we've grown, we would already figured out a plan to get bigger, if not conquer the situation. In my belief, and I don't want to put anybody down, because if anybody I would put down, it would mostly be myself, because I know what to do. I just don't put hard enough effort towards it. Thank you for letting me speak.
Chivalry, I love what you got to say. I mean, I love you. Where's Mr. Munster?
Mr. Munster, he's right here behind me, just running lines on the table, doing what Democrats do. He said he's methed up, and but you want to see him?
Oh, I'd love to see him.
All right,
I miss him. Everybody misses him.
All
Everybody
right.
loves him.
All right, Mr. Munster, pick yourself up.
Mr. Munster. Yeah, Mr. Month.
Can you see him? You get a good shot of him. Let's see.
Why have you
Let's see what we
changed the
got.
layout of the show? It was brilliant. What you had was unique. It was brilliant.
Okay. So hello, Ronan. So I didn't really change the layout of the show. It's I'm trying to format it differently, where I can have interactions with the guests, because there really wasn't so much of that going on, and this way I'm able to have interactions with people. And I noticed as I'm sitting here talking it, as I do these live broadcasts, I'm able to think better and stay awake more. And it just sucks for the people that have to sit here and watch this horrible, shitty talk show.
Oh, you got to admit, this is crazy. It's just like you're watching insanity. I mean,
No, well, yes, kind of. It's only watching insanity if you're the only one awake, okay? And then you realize it's insanity when you talk to somebody else awake, and then you just watch all the sheep run around to doing things that mean nothing in their life.
that's correct.
I mean, we have so many of these people that are locked on these video shorts, or better known as TikToks. But these TikTok things are on so many platforms, and they're video shorts. And what they're doing is they're stimulating your brain just like crack cocaine, and you keep on finding yourself swiping up to the next fix, and you're realizing that you have learned a whole bunch of useless information, and I'm filled with that. And but I don't need any more useless information. Gosh, I learned the other day on how to split a pineapple without using a knife. I can't eat pineapple because I have an ulcer in my stomach. So it was just a whole bunch of 60 seconds going out of my life I'll never get back.
Oh, that show really, it was great. It was just really cool.
No, thank you. No, the mental health militia news is going to come back, because as I start to realize that 45 or DJT or our president might not be coming back. So we have to stick together, and now we have to fight harder, because I think we've all been sitting around too long, just like you said earlier, sir. That we pretty much don't have a plan because we thought somebody else had a plan. But you know what? Now it's time to come up with a plan.
Yeah, well, I don't see. I don't see it. I don't see it difficult at all. I see it really simple. All we need to do is get together, right? Because you're putting, it's like we need a team of like-minded people, right? And just start off small, like Jeff with that little small channel. Right, you go into some of these sites now, and there's thousands of people flocking there for this hopium. Yeah, and the people are and all the people that are running it, they're just lining their pockets. That's what's happening. And these little channels, the people who really want to help save the planet, they're the ones that really mean business, but they've got no direction. They don't know what to do. And you have to have a leader, and the people haven't got a leader, and that's a fact, right? And I go back to what I said in the beginning. When Mr. T made his inauguration speech, he said he was taking the power away from the government and giving it back to you, the American people. Now, he's done that, and he's stepped out the scene, and people are waiting for him to come and save the show. But he isn't going to do that. And the military's corrupt. Right? And the thing is, people have put Mr. T on a pedestal, right? And the thing is, he needs our help now. Do you remember what Ronald Reagan says? He said it's a time when you don't ask what your country can do for you. It's what you can do for your country. And the thing is, if you don't do something soon, if we don't do something soon, you know what the consequences are, the same as I do. And everybody in the world knows it. But because you're looking at global tyranny, and you're talking genocide. Right?
No, you're absolutely right, and it absolutely is genocide, but people aren't realizing it because we've been so accustomed to listening to what our government can and will do for us, and they'll fight for us, and it's not their fault, it's our fault, and we just need to pay more and do better, and to turn out that we could have been better people, and they're just the ones that have been putting the stress on us. It's and a lot of people are waking up, but they just need better. We just need better ways to reach out to them and not start throwing clones at them and conquering the world by devil Satan worshippers. I don't know. It's so hard to wake people up. I get ridiculed when I'm out in public constantly around people I know.
Yeah, but that's okay. The thing is, we're in a spiritual war. Right? That's what this is about. And anybody who doesn't believe in God, the only question you need to ask is, well, if there's no God, why is everybody worshipping Satan? It's very simple.
Good point. Because it's easier. Because it's easier to believe it. It's easier to believe it. It's cooler. It really is cooler.
The other thing is, for example, the other night I don't want to disrespect anybody's channel, but I was on that channel the other night just listening. I didn't participate, and people were being censored left, right, and centre. Everybody had to watch what they were saying. Everybody had to conform to YouTube, right? Because the channel might get taken down. I prefer Jeff Riddle's approach, which is stuff that. We're not going to bow down to YouTube, otherwise we've lost it. And the other thing is, Jabal, why are we using their platforms? It's quite simple, right, for us to put something together where we can start using our own servers.
Oh, dude, go ahead. I'm listening.
No, seriously, right? And the other thing is, we still not got. We should be in a situation now where, right, who is leading the people? Can you answer me that question? Who is the person that we're looking to now that Mr. T's gone?
I don't know. We often call it waking up. However, I see it more as growing up. We are going from adolescence to adulthood. You're damn right we are. Who are we following? We're okay. So I can answer this question. We are following a hope and a dream that was given to us in December from Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn begged, asked for 30 days, told us it was George Washington's plan, and told us it was George Washington's plan, and to just give him some time. Well, we gave him plenty of time, and nothing's happening. We're seeing a whole bunch of stuff like unfold, but I guess for those people with instant gratification, we're not getting it.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, to get things done, you've got to have somebody that's coordinating things. You see, the way I look at it is simple, right? Well, 80 million people supposedly voted for Mr. T. If he did nothing else, he created a movement. A movement of like-minded people. Right? And those people are still going to turn up at the rallies.
Correct. Okay, so but that means we'd have we'd have to make servers that can't be hit by hacking black hats.
What we've got to do is we've got to convince people, right, how serious the situation is, and that people need to forget about their money and their investment, right? Because you need to use every resource you've got to support, right, the take back of this nation. Right? You've got to support people, right? Now, I think RSBN would be right into it, right? Seriously, putting people on the right track, right? But we've got to have a leadership, right? We, the people, have got to elect a leader. Now, I think Jeff Riddle would be the guy. I really do. And the reason I say it, right, you'd have to manage him, right? You'd have to, somebody'd have to write, you'd have to do exactly what you do when you're running somebody's campaign, right? Do you remember when I first came up with that idea about Jeff running for office in Michigan?
Yeah, that was a lot, and it was a lot on everybody's mind.
Right, can I just explain what I was trying to say, right? What I was trying to get to was, I knew at that point, after listening to General McKinley speak at the White House, I knew it was critical, right, that we acted immediately, right there and then, right, because he told us what the situation was, right, and I needed to get hold of Mike Lindell. I wanted to speak to General Flynn myself, right, and tell him what was on my mind. Right? And I wasn't fucking kidding, right? You know, when this all started happening to me, I shared it today. It freaked the shit out of me, Chabon. I swear to God, right? Because this stuff was coming through loud and clear, and some of the things that was coming through, they're quite funny. I mean, the way that we defeat these people, right, is we've got to conquer evil with love, right? That's the way we've got to do it. Love is what's going to conquer this, right? So what we've got to do is we've got to play a different game, right? And we're all capable people. We've all got gifts. Every single one of us is a little piece of that jigsaw. It doesn't matter how small that contribution is, even if it's just a line in the chat, a comment, or somebody says yes something, right? Or you put something to people and you ask for a vote on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way that we do it. It's our democracy, not the one that they've dictated to us, the one that we're going to create. We'll let the people speak. We'll ask them who they want them to lead. Right? Ask the people who they want and let them elect a person to represent them. And then what we do is we go by the law. And that's what General Flynn's talking about. When he's talking about George Washington, he's talking about the people organising themselves. Right? You've got 80 million followers who voted for Mr. T. Right? They're the movement. That's who they are. But they've got no leadership, right, as a people. And Mr. T knows that. He's waiting for all of you to turn around and go. He's waiting for the penny to drop. And I think this afternoon the penny did drop. Right? And I'm going to keep working at it. Right? I'm not fucking quitting, because Jesus gave me a task to do. He told me what to do. He told me how to go about it. He told me who to speak to. Right? And I'm still pursuing that road. And I still haven't had a chance to speak to Mike Lindell and share to him what was shared to me. Right? And I pray to God that will happen. Right? And I would like to speak to Michael Flynn. He's an Irishman. You know, one of my best friends is an Irishman. You know, I love the Irish. They're great. They've got great sense of humour. I love Michael Flynn. I think he's a great guy. And the other one, I love Lynn Wood. I'd love to meet Lynn Wood. Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Absolutely would, and it would be very nice. Hold on, Ronan, I am accepting guests. If you want to call in, what you do is you go to Zoom.com. You're going to go to join a meeting. You're going to put in that ID code, and then you're going to put in the passcode when it's asked. It's one of the best ways you could do it. It's in the chat, and I believe you just call right in and you just hop right on. It's me and Six Fingers, and we're more than happy to take you in. And Six Fingers is just trying to put a plan together, and we're just trying to work together to make this work. All right, and thank you very much for understanding and sticking with us.
Thanks, Joel, for listening.
Nah, dude, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to help the people. It's kind of what I've been built for.
That's all I want to do. I just want to help. Yeah, I'm not looking for any. I want to stay in the background. I'm not interested in any glory. That's not what I'm here for. The only glory I'm interested in is God's glory, and that's what we're here to do: is to glorify our God.
Hell no.
That's what we've got to do.
I want Ferrari, women, and money. I want to sprinkle gold leaf on my body.
No, you don't. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You're fucking talking arse. Yeah? You're talking jack shit. Yeah? You know it.
Nah,
You know what? You're fucking funny, man. You're crazy, and I love it. It's brilliant.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Do you like Billy Connolly?
Hold on. I'm better seeing things that you said Eddie Conley.
No, Billy Connolly.
Oh, Billy Conley.
Yeah,
I gotta see it before I could
the Scotch comedian.
Okay. Okay. I haven't seen this man since like, gosh, in 20 years.
Oh, he's great. He's a classic. I love him.
Oh yeah, man. I haven't seen this guy do stand up in a long time.
You ever seen Chubby Brown?
Chubby Brown?
You love Chubby Brown. Fucking hell. Chubby Brown. You wet yourself.
I'm very okay. I believe I know who this dude is. I remember watching this guy when I was a little kid on the public broadcast stations.
Really?
Yeah, it would be on at like late at night on PBS or like one of those back channels where they would show UK TV late at night.
These guys are comedy geniuses. They're really unbelievable. Their timing is impeccable, isn't it? They're just brilliant.
They are, but here's the thing about a lot of comedians. They're tortured souls. They've been tortured all their life because they are, but here's the thing about a lot of. Oh, what is that? Is that me?
No, we got a guest.
Am I here?
Hello, you are.
Oh, really?
Yes, you are. Hello.
Well, hello. It's a pleasure to meet you guys in somewhat person, I guess.
Hello, Ronan. How are you, sir? Yes, somewhat in person.
Yeah, it's Ronan. You can say it Ronan. It's the common way of saying it. But yeah, for sure.
And Louisville Slugger hat. So you like baseball?
Honestly, I just have a big head, and these are kind of the only hats that fit my head. So I have to buy these hats if I want to wear one anyway.
Perfect.
It looks cool, doesn't it? It suits you.
Yes, it definitely does suit you. You look like you're ready for a Sunday outing of golf.
I don't golf, but I like to try anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see you got a little friend there.
Yeah, this is my dog. I don't know if you can see him. He's a Saint Bernard.
Holy moly!
Big old love puppy. He likes to crawl up in your lap when he can. But
that's one of the biggest lap dogs I've ever seen.
Yeah, we broke a chair in the past when he tried crawling up in my lap, but it's all right.
Yeah, I'm not used to breaking chairs with dogs. Lovers, yes, but not dogs.
Right. But no, I just kind of wanted to stop in and say hi, and you kind of were talking about like the plan and a leader and this and that, and I really do agree with a lot of everything you say, Chabol. I've been watching your news and stuff in the past when you've done it and
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
Talking about.
Yes, yes.
So I think it's
Before
great.
they took me down, thank you.
But like one thing I want to say is, as far as like a plan, we gotta live our lives, and we have to have a vision of what our future looks like, and what that means for like our future generations, and we gotta start living to to make that into fruition in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So in our own individual little worlds, whether that's, if you're hesitant on making a move or whatever, I just want to encourage us all to kind of to trust God in our own individual lives. We're all looking at a big picture here and trying to figure out what's going on in the world. Well, let's not, you know, go too far away from our own personal relationship with God and what, He wants us to do, um, in our own personal lives, so to speak. Does that make sense?
No, it's yes, yes, it does, and but if I may share what kind of Six Fingers was sharing, um, some of us wind up hearing not really so much the audible voice of God, but a repeating voice that don't give up, don't stop. This is your calling. Arrange these people, get this together, march the streets, hold up this sign. Some people hear that calling, and they feel in that gut feeling that it is God giving their calling, and that's their destination. So I get what you both are saying, and I guess that's the beautiful thing of that feeling of God, and you building leadership inside yourself. And who said it? Who said it? Was it? Yeah, it was you, Ronan. That said we went from adolescence to adulthood, and
Correct.
that I couldn't have been at that. That's mind blowing for some people, for me, and because that explains a lot of people.
Well, and I don't mean to come across as like discouraging anybody from doing exactly what they feel the Spirit is compelling them to do, and whether that's rallying people up and marching, or whether that's hunkering down and praying and worshiping God and doing that. I mean, we're all called to do different things. You know what I mean? We all have our
Yes.
own calling in that sense, and I suppose I just want to make sure that we're also encouraging that individual calling. As far as having a leader, my personal leader is Jesus Christ. I I've never been in the military. I've never really served anything other than my fellow man, just loving my neighbor and loving God type of thing.
Yes.
But as far as looking to any other human being to get me out of any situation I may be in, it's always led me to failure, and then led me back to, you know, trusting God, and then things fall into place, and if that makes sense.
No, no, it makes total sense. Um, because I mean, is it wrong to say that 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 some people have certain destinations in their life, and certain places and certain times they're supposed to be, certain feelings are supposed to. I don't know. But like at the time you're supposed to sit there and call into this show to feed me information for this particular time. Some people are just built for certain things at certain particular times.
Yeah.
Um, Go
Well,
ahead.
and if anything, I just want to make sure, like, I tell you that, like, I've been a fool my whole life. You know what I mean? I've never been afraid to be seen as a fool before man to serve my God. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And there's encouragement in that. You know what I mean? So and that's my purpose here, is just to encourage you personally and encourage everybody else to walk that path. And I was actually here listening to something tonight, and this guy was talking about how God's a good checker player. And I'm gonna try to like sum this up. And in a nutshell, basically what he's saying is, in checkers, you make a move, and the person you're playing makes a move. God's not gonna make a move out of turn. Sometimes you have to take a step in faith, and then He's gonna take that next step. But you just have to know it's there. And it may seem foolish to the world, but we're not playing their game, right? We're going to take that step in faith, and whether that's, you know, getting back on it with the news and a different channel, or I like just something that kind of came to my head, like, how uh, there's a lot of different YouTube channels on that have shows that run for hours on end live. We could have a break in one of those shows where you come on and say, hey, here's 30 minutes of news or 20 minutes of news or whatever, just, spitballing ideas, just kind of continuing that encouragement. If I'm bugging you or something, just let me know. I can.
No. You're
Can I just
totally
come in?
okay.
Can I just come in? Can I just come in for a second?
Please.
Yeah. Ronan, was it? Yeah, as in Ronan Keating. Yeah. Well, no, I lead quite a normal life, to be fair. My wife works in the hospital, in care of the elderly. I've got a chocolate Labrador dog who I have to take care of, take out for walks like you do, and do the shopping and all the normal stuff. And then we've got a neighbour downstairs at the moment. She's very poorly, and we only got the news yesterday. We have quite a lot of. We do a lot with our neighbours. We're all friendly. We live in a nice, a block of flats we live in, and everybody gets on. It's great. We all support each other, and everybody knows it is. Like, all the people in our block know that if they in any trouble whatsoever, they just come and knock the door. And that's the way it works for us. And I agree with you. It does start with the community. It does, absolutely. That you've got to support each other. And what we're talking about what I'm talking about is a completely different thing. That I think that we need to start. There has to be a new beginning, and it has to be, something representing what the Garden of Eden was. Because we've lost everything. We've lost our way. We've lost our way as a society. We've lost our ways in the world. We've got so caught up in the world that we've forgotten about God. We're so distracted. And they know that, and they keep on distracting us to take us away from that. And we have to get that message out to the people that that's what they are doing, and this is what we need to do. The power of prayer.
Absolutely.
Everybody's got a role to play. It doesn't matter how little that role is. Every single person's a part of this jigsaw. And as you said, God doesn't make mistakes. There's no such thing as coincidence. But the thing is, the people, what I'm witnessing at the moment, it just keeps on going and going and going. And while it's going, there's people living in terror. There's people committing suicide. Businesses are being destroyed. Businesses that have been built. They've been family businesses for hundreds of years, and they're going down one after the other. Yeah, children are being abused and murdered. All this stuff's going on, right? And nobody's protecting them. Nobody's stepping up to turn around and say, "Listen, this can't be allowed. It's wrong. It's against God's law." And God, He gives us the responsibility as His people to pick up that responsibility, and we have to lay ourselves on the line. We have to forget about materialism, right? There are no pockets in the shroud, right? And where we are at the moment, what have we got to lose? Because if we don't do something soon, we're going to lose it all anyway. And all these fools that are spending all their time investing in gold and silver and Bitcoin, this, that, and the other. Obsessed, yeah. All those people that are spying on us, all those people that have infiltrated our country in IT in every area, they're recording every single transaction. They know exactly who bought those bars of silver, where they are, and they're going to come for it all, right? That's a fact, unless we do something about it. And people are going to have to step up. But it doesn't need to be violent. It just needs to be people learning that they need to know how to apply the law, and they need to know what their rights are, and they need to be able to be courageous, right, and not be ruled by fear. And they also need to know that they've been deceived, right? They've been deceived in what's called the Jesus deception, right? There's people out there being fooled. They're waiting, right? Jesus is here with us now in spirit. He's fighting this battle with us. I know it, you know it. Right? And we can do this. We can do this if we unite, put our differences aside, right? And just keep it simple, right? And just unite. And everybody just play their part and see how it unfolds. And just keep in with the Lord. But the thing is, we all want the same thing. All we want is peace and prosperity. Just to be able to live our lives. That's it. You know, who wants what? That administration is created after what was created before. I mean, the country was thriving, absolutely thriving. The relations around the planet, everything was fantastic. It was moving perfectly in the right direction. Nobody saw that November thing coming. Nobody. You know it and I know it, right? Because whenever it happened, like 5 minutes after that happened, who did they have in the White House? Ex-military, right? General McKinley, right? They called him in to say, shit, what the fuck's happened, right? Because they went to bed thinking they got that election in the bag, and to be fair, they had, but those bastards managed to steal it. They've managed to take over the country, right? And Donald Trump, I don't give a shit what anybody says. If he's in charge of the military, right? How the hell did they let Afghanistan happen?
May I or
Yeah.
You go.
Oh, okay. Well, as far as like who's in charge and this and that, like I don't know. I'm not privy to that. I hear a lot, you know, and like I have Telegram and stuff too, but I'm not so much into that. But I do want to just kind of remind everybody that, you know, every day is a new day as far as a new beginning, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's something that we need to keep close to our hearts.
Yeah.
And, you know, as far as something to stand on, you know, the wise man built his house upon the rock, right? We know this from, you know, I know this from being a little kid in Sunday school, reading it in scripture as an adult, right? It's something that we hear in passing, and it sounds nice, but there's truth to that, you know, in my opinion, anyway. And you know, as far as who's in control of the military, you know, I personally do believe that God does call out leaders of countries, of towns, of school boards, okay? And if we're willing to step up and take those roles, He'll give them to us.
Yeah,
You know,
I
to His
agree.
children.
I agree.
So sometimes we just have to put ourselves out there, and these things will come to us. So I want to encourage people to do that as well.
Yeah. Cool.
It's all part of their large plan, and Ronan, you talked about this earlier, because it's so hard for me to realize. For every move, there has to be a counter move, and then you have to know how to attack that move to establish your own move, and this is a war that was a lot bigger than my head could have ever imagined. And but it makes a lot of sense to how you would take down a country, and that's a way we can open up people's minds, and show them how you would shut down businesses, and then dismantle a military, and some people that might be their wake up call, and you guys have given absolutely great insight on everything, and I couldn't ask for any more, unless it was DJT himself coming on the show. So I thank you for the two of you. It's a great insight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, I want to, if I can for just a second, kind of maybe give you a little bit of, tell you a little bit about myself.
Please go ahead.
And why I have the opinions and mindset I do. So I'm a first generation American. My parents came to this country with 9 of my older siblings from Romania. You know, they left a communist country for a lot of the things that are kind of going on now, in a sense. The way they were able to come here was my great-grandfather came to America and worked on the railroad. So they came here, he labored, and they granted him citizenship. Long story short, our family came back, and for the longest time, it just seemed I kind of was like felt bad for some of my cousins and stuff that remained there. You know, in a sense, like they had it a lot harder than I did, or that even my siblings did. In a sense, my aunt would tell stories about people disappearing. My grandfather, whom I've never met, had a underground church, in his basement, and I saw that when I went there. So I was like, I'm spoiled. I didn't knew it then. Excuse me.
You're okay. You're okay. No, you're okay. It actually adds to people's to understand what you're going through, and letting people know that you're just not spitting out BS and just just thoughtless rambles. There's true emotion attached behind it, and I thank you. Cause believe it or not, people are actually feeling with you, and with myself also. I'm feeling with you, and I'm getting a better grasp of the situation. So you're okay. The only thing I could ask for you to do is just breathe in through your nose, calm your brain down, slow your heart rate up, and just keep going when you're ready. We're totally here for you. And yeah, this is a great story, because I think most of us should realize on how spoiled some of us have been, even under the rule of the cabal, because it could have been worse, such as Romania. So please don't let me stop you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, with that being said, I've been blessed with the opportunity to go back there 3 times and visit. The first time I visited was after communism. I visited before 9/11 with my mom and my dad and my grandmother. Up to that point, my mom loved shopping, but she hit the clearance racks and she'd like empty them out as stuff for people that I've never known, I've never met. When you travel overseas, you're allowed 2 suitcases, right? 2 big suitcases, and they weigh them and stuff. So long story short, all that stuff my mom bought, it was packed up in suitcases. We delivered it. I met people that were related blood relatives of mine that were still using outhouses, so, the communism is real and it's not good for anybody, and it's here. It's been here. It's here. It's been here. It's trying to take over, but it's been conquered before. It's been defeated. Okay, and I guess even though maybe I'm jumping and I am a little emotional, kind of going back, reminiscing about some of those journeys I've been on in life, and just seeing how we're super blessed, and praise God. I've never gone a day hungry in my life, even though I know there may be people in this country that have, but I'm not one of them, and that's because of God's mercy in my life. Okay, so, and here we are today, faced with this enemy at the door. They're locking up churches here in Chicago, which, remember, like I told you, where my parents came from, and the reason they came from, well, they founded my grandmother was one of the founders of the church in Romania, the Romanian church in Chicago, that is having a lot of the problems with Mayor Lightfoot over there. They've threatened to condemn the building. They've sent fines. They've sent police to block the parking lots. All kinds of evil things. But it's in our nature. We've been here. We've fought this demon. We've conquered it before. We persist. We persist. We persist. There's nothing that they can take from us that God gives us. Does that make sense?
Correct. Yes.
And God gave us that freedom to worship Him. And once they cross that line, in my personal opinion, I believe that once they cross that line, they're donezo, and they have. So up to this point now, we see that people are being faced with choices in the United States to bend the knee, right? Or you could lose your job, bad things happen. I've heard stories of people losing um, their retirement benefits and stuff like that if they don't comply, right? So it's like we're almost being tested with this, and I'm being brought back to how, the Christian community in Romania helped itself. They protected each other. They gave each other work, and it was like that. I mean, right now we're talking about bending the knee because I can't say certain words from what I understand because you might get in trouble, and I don't want that to happen to you.
Oh, thank you.
But so for example, my dad, before they left Romania, he was a plumber, and he was having a hard time finding work because he was a Christian and wouldn't sign up to be a member of the Communist Party. Right, so people would say, sorry, but we can't give you work because you're not a member of the Communist Party. You're a great person. We love you. You're awesome. Don't get us wrong. We just, sorry, and we're seeing that here again. So, we have to step up as a community and help each other out as much as we can, I suppose. And I know that I might be rambling on here. I apologize if, please shut me up, I guess. I don't know, but
No, you're okay. You're okay. It's kind of hard telling people that they're trying to be part of the Communist Party when you're like, hey, you're a Democrat and Democrat equals communist, and they'd be like, what? And but no, it's they're slowly but surely people are going to realize because they still don't understand propaganda, and then yet again people don't want to believe that they've been believing lies their whole life, and your family that escaped from Romania, maybe I'm not sure if they got the opportunity to be like, hey, there's a ship leaving, I'm gonna hop on it, or they were just like, hey, I think we're gonna have a better chance at freedom to where we're going. I might have missed that.
Well, so how my family was able to come to the U.S. was my great-grandfather came over here and worked on the railroad.
Oh yeah,
So
correct.
he worked on the railroad through Indiana. So then, when he went back, he maintained his American citizenship and it passed on. Now, also, when we came during that time, I mean, the United States was granting refugees political asylum. Basically, it was political asylum from people fleeing communist countries. Remember, because at that point in time, America did not like communism. They, right? So at that point in time, fleeing, you're a political asylum in a sense. You were able to, the United States would grant you citizenship. Now, my family didn't hop on a plane and just fly over here. They had to go from Romania to Italy. They were in Italy for 6 months or so before the paperwork and everything cleared up for them to come to the United States. And then they came to the United States. So, throughout history, we've seen that where the United States has said, well, instead of getting us involved in war, we're going to allow like-minded people to come to this country. My parents are Christians, being persecuted for their faith. The government had already infiltrated the churches, all denominations. There's actually a pretty interesting movie out there. It's called Tortured for Christ. I believe it's called Tortured for Christ. It was on Amazon for a while. It's around, you might see it. But that kind of outlines the communism in Romania and how it took over, all the churches, and the government basically said what you can preach on and what you can't preach on, which is kind of like what we're seeing now, if you ask me.
Yeah, we definitely are seeing that. Definitely are seeing it, and people don't realize it, cause I mean, even the person I live with is like, well, I don't feel you should be able to say whatever you want. You should have morals. It's not the point, though. Let us be the judges on how horrible a person is. Don't put no genome inside of me and then turn on your 5G to try to manipulate my personality. That's and that's all they want. They're trying to build they're trying to build us into AI, but just a functional AI.
Yeah, that's correct.
And I don't know how people don't see that, how that is like communism just at its beginning. It's the act it's exactly the 1930s Nazi playbook right in front of us. 2020.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think sometimes when we um, shut people up like that we deny them the opportunity to better themselves? If I'm wrong and I think something that's wrong, and I say something that I think and it's wrong, then I have the opportunity to be corrected in a sense by the people around me.
Correct.
If
I
I'm
agree
being
with that.
told to shut up and not say anything, I'm just a bad person, but now I'm a bad person, like, all to myself.
No, that's incorrect. It's like everybody should be allowed a voice. Everybody's got something to say. It should be listened to. Because if you don't agree with it, fine.
Well, yes, everybody should have a voice, but it's whether it's actually our choice to stand there and listen.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely.
And
We don't have to. It's about choice, isn't it? At the end of the day.
yeah, correct. It's about choice. And you shouldn't force propaganda on anybody, and that's what they're doing to us.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And I can't believe what has been going down in our world. But I was asleep a year ago. Even 1 year ago this time, I was passed out. I was just like, I just can't wait for November 3rd so we could just get this over with. Had no idea there was even this war. Running out of time.
Nobody did. They didn't see it coming, did they?
They did not see it coming.
That's the. And when you see what was going on with that General Tilly, is it? Millie. Is that his name?
Millie, yes, Mark Millie.
Yeah. So the military's corrupt. Yeah, he was going to give China the tip off. Are you kidding me? I mean, we knew from day one that it was all about China. Mr. T told us.
Yes, he did. And now we have to just keep pushing his plan forward, because we just have to start believing that he's not coming back, even with everything going on around us. There's still people out there sleeping. We need everybody
Shabal,
now. Go ahead.
Shabal, what you're saying there is exactly right. He's waiting for us now to do our part. That's exactly what he's waiting for.
All the other countries are doing it. So how can we set something up without it getting shut down immediately once they realize what we're doing?
I'll tell you how we do it. We don't talk on social media for starters.
Oh, then what? What are we going to meet up in the local pub? I don't think that exists anymore. They took that away from us.
No, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. What?
I don't think we need to give in. I think we need to just kind of stand our ground. This is kind of seems like the way we've been communicating and having things go so far. It seems like lives kind of are more safe than videos, perhaps. Something that we're all meeting at a certain time and then it comes down after the show. I think Mark kind of does that sometimes with his lives. I don't know if you follow him at all.
Who is it?
Show. Mark from Australia.
That's what his show's called? Mark from Australia?
No, I think it's the M Show. Mark B. Let me see if I can find him.
If the M Show, I got you on that one. That can't be that hard.
You know who I'm talking about. He's pretty well known in our community, I suppose.
where you live then?
Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mark B is his channel. Looks like he has some of his lives up now, but so I don't know if that's worth considering.
Oh, it's okay. It's gotta be this guy, older guy.
Yep, that's him. Yeah. Oh man, you'll love him. I'm surprised you're not subscribed to him.
No, yeah. I mean, not to be. Most of my news just comes from reading. I just do this for about 4 hours a night, and that's this how I built my show. That's why I would be so exhausted and miserable when I was doing them, because I'd be like, I just did 5 hours of this. Fuck you and your news.
Yeah, the spectator in our minds are all friends, you know.
Yeah. And no, we all are friends, and that without a doubt. But when I get tired, I'm real ornery, and I want to be nobody's friend. I'm so sorry. I'm just.
I respect that.
I'm just being as honest as possible. Me not tired though. I will share my water bottle with you, and then let you spit it in my mouth. I don't care. And I know. I'm just using. Actually, I probably would let you do it, but just exaggerating. We don't have to go there and be all. I know there's a pandemic going around and herpes, so we're just gonna stop. I know I'm outrageous. You can tell me to shut up at any time. You can boot me from the show at any time you want. I'm okay with it.
What does Mr. Munster have to say about it?
Mr. Monster, he's methed out right now, so he's
Mr. Munster.
He's still arguing with me that Joe Biden won, so we're not gonna go there. What fraud? What fraud he just said?
Must be some good crack.
Right? No, it's meth. He's methed out.
I apologize.
No, you're okay. He's smoking his meth pipe right now. I don't think you can see him. Blow it up. Mr. Monster. It's great seeing you guys. I thank you so much for joining me. I thought this was just going to be a dull show, and I wasn't going to be up here. I mean, I was just going to be up here by myself. So okay. So we have to get people to start to start getting together. Maybe white hats do have control of Facebook, and that was what that whole shutdown was about. So
Oi, Jabal, we are the white hats. We're the digital soldiers.
Well, I will say that I am more vocal on Facebook, and I've noticed that I haven't gotten taken down. The last thing I did put up was that a newspaper article from like I don't know, a long time ago, 50 something, I want to say. It was like a throwback article about the founding of the Republican Party.
Oh yeah.
And so I put that up, and then Facebook did fact check me on that in the sense of my article was correct, but like USA Today did a follow up on it, and it added stuff to it. So I don't know. I think it's like in spurts sometimes.
like, okay, so let me ask you a question, Ronan. So sometimes you feel like you have a cloak over you.
Yeah. Is that weird?
No, that's not weird because people have approached me on more than 5 people have approached me and said, "How the hell do you get away with the things you post?" And my so and so friend is taken down and had to make multiple accounts, and that's been mentioned to me multiple times. Like I've been picked to like put out information.
Yeah, like you're safe for a while. You just keep your head down, keep doing what you're doing, and then sometimes they catch up with you, sometimes they don't.
Correct. Wow. So really that kind of helps out some of my coincidences when there are too many coincidences, mathematically impossible. Um, that certain people were picked to just keep on the platform.
Yeah. Well, let me remind you of this too, because every time you get taken down and then you go back up, you also you get the people that were listening find you, plus you have to change stuff and you get different people and new people too. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like finding the good and the bad thing. Because if you never get taken down, things don't change to where you have to bring in a whole new group of people. Then now, you start something new, you get it going, you bring in new people, your old people find you, and then that group grows, right? They make the
Correct.
connections, they network, and So I wouldn't be discouraged. It's kind of like a badge of honor.
It is like a badge of honor. And see what I believe what happened was I was putting about the container ships, about the D5 container ships and their locations, and all four of my channels got taken down at once. And I don't know how this channel survived, but I also built another channel called MHM News Q, because I just had to get back into the war. I mean, these my channels were completely nuked. All information was taken down, and it just goes to show, I believe, that that certain information they just don't want getting out.
But you could be also giving up info that's not time to be out yet, right? Like, when you're onto something, you're onto it.
Yeah,
And
correct.
if it's not time for that information to be out, what if the white hats are taking you down? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's exactly what I was thinking. Is that's who took me down, was the white hats, because I was nuked.
Yeah, they know you'll get back on it. Your old crew is gonna find you, plus the new people that are gonna find you coming along the way, right?
Correct. No, you're absolutely right. And I have been found by new people, and hopefully in my dreams, this has actually been in my dreams where people just start coming back and they're like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for you. And that's just, but I am a daydreamer, so
Yeah, okay, Jabal, can I just say something?
go ahead, sir.
Can I come in a minute? How long have you been? You're in IT, aren't you? You do IT.
I do IT.
Yeah, computers,
No, sir.
software.
I'm a social worker.
Yeah, but you understand. I mean, you understand how networks work and all that, and servers and everything, yeah.
You put me in front of anything long enough, and I'll figure it out. Nothing is kind of short of me.
Right. Okay. Do you remember when? Do you remember? Do you go back to Windows 3.1 DOS? Do you remember that?
Okay. I guess so. I have a photographic memory.
Yeah, right. Right. In those days, right, you used to have those little 56K modems. Remember? And you'd have to go to some BB board to download the files that have been uploaded. Remember?
Okay. So what you're saying is you'd have to go into the actual document to open what you wanted.
What I'm saying is, right, those sites, right, all those sites that people used to download all their software from, right, they were hosted by people with big servers, right?
Okay. Yeah. Torrent
Okay,
sites.
okay. Yeah. Right, okay, right. You know those big servers? My friend who lives about 20 miles away, he's got a warehouse full of them. And they're huge, right? And the thing is, you could host. He's an IT specialist. He does security. Right? I haven't spoken to him for a while, but we could set up our own network. Yeah, hosted in the UK. It wouldn't even be on US soil.
Sir. I mean, Six Fingers. You are a genius, and your ideas are great. But I don't know where we would get the money or capability to run our own server and then secure it.
Wait. We don't have to worry about that. We leave the Lord Jesus to take care of that. We just do the footwork. We leave the management to him.
I
He'll provide everything we need. All we got to do is just do what we got to do. Just keep doing it.
well,
He'll take care of everything.
I already know that because one of the funniest things is God or Jesus introduced me to cryptocurrency, and I'm just hoping in a matter of time we're walking on the moon, we're gliding on it, we're moonwalking on the moon, and right now my portfolio is up 500%. We just needed to go up more. Right now, huh?
Crypto's been going up.
Crypto has been going up. My uncle is going to invest into me, and I told him that I can guarantee to flip his money, because there's just so many coins out there. And I told him I'm not a broker, but I really see what can happen. So hopefully we can get the money where we can own these servers, and I can quit my job and do this full time. I wish.
But what I'm saying is, what we've got to focus on is the power of prayer. We've got to silence all the distractions. I spoke to Jeff earlier about starting a meeting, an AA meeting, with structure, so it's got a moment's silence, the preamble, because that program's powerful. Every 12-step organisation uses that program. And it's saved more alcoholics and addicts than anything else, right? And it's the power of God. And how many people today are sober because of that book that Bill W. and Dr. Bob wrote, which was divinely inspired, right? The night that when Father Edward Dowling walked in on Bill that night in New York, and that's how it came about, that program. And it tells you in the program, as we understood him. And if you look up him in the dictionary, it says male person. So there's no doubt who the higher power is. We can do it.
We can do it. We just have to get good strategic plans, and get enough people together, because it's not happening in U.S. cities, not at all, not in the least bit. So I guess this is a way for some people to stand up for themselves. All it takes is one person holding a sign, and then a meeting or a later date at a later time.
I think what I'm saying is, right, I'm not on about dreaming now, right? If the people organise themselves, the people have a right to demand answers. The people have a right to demand what's going on, and the people have a right to have a meeting, right, with General Flynn, with Donald J. Trump, right, and have a discussion once they've elected people to represent them, then they have the right to do so. Right? And that's where it needs to be. It needs to be behind closed doors.
Correct. Absolutely needs to. It needs to be behind closed doors. The meeting needs to be behind closed doors, but we need to stand up with each other.
Yes, I agree.
Definitely need to stand up with each other. So gentlemen, when I get to the end of this news article, I'm just going to recap of what I screenshotted, and I'm going to call it a night. And because I'm learning on how to build a show while doing a talk show. And
it was great meeting you, Ronan.
Yes, Ronan, it was great meeting you, man. I've seen your name multiple times on my board, and this is what I kind of want to do. I want to interact with all of you. And oh gosh, let me ask you guys this question, since we can get onto the news and kind of formulate this to a news station also. DJT, Donald J. Trump, being removed from the Forbes 400 list. What do you think about that? You don't think
I saw that. Yeah.
You don't think he's still making money? He also did remove himself as CEO of Trump Towers, so that has a lot to do with it too.
that's just it. It's hard to say what's happening, right? Because nobody knows, and this is the problem. There's so much going on, and there's no, you know, Mr. T talks about all this transparency, but where is it? Where is it? We keep on hearing about the Durham report, and then you've got the election audits and all this. It's all bloody, bread and circuses.
Okay.
It's just a distraction.
Okay, so I see a lot more than a lot of people do, Six Finger, and it's nothing against you or putting you down about your transparency, but it is transparent, just not very transparent. So the way I look at it is all these news stations that you see here popping up on the gray board is it's out there, and you just have to know how to follow the code to put it all together. And that's what the MHM News used to be, was just grabbing everything that I felt related to the war, which made it as transparent as possible. And that's why these talk shows are nothing but bullshit in my mind, because they're giving you one subject on a whole war that a spiderweb war. It's a spiderweb war where we have crimes against humanity, world events, Rona jabberoonies, child trafficking, nuclear deals, weapon trafficking, border crossings, lockdowns, Ronan, and the communist takeover. He made a great point on that. You made the great point on people being divided and not sticking together. Look at everything I just mentioned, and we still haven't even broken on foreign policies, or currencies, or China. There's so much in the war that we're just not getting, that is transparent. Just nobody is able to have the mindset to put it all together and the time to to put it out there for us. And but yeah, you're right. It's not transparent enough. So my whole little rant I just did actually kind of has to backtrack itself, because you're right. It's not transparent enough. But I think it is kind of transparent. But I only think it's transparent because I spend 5 hours a day reading this shit. Sorry. Spider Wars. Oh my gosh. Brittany, my love. How are you? Okay, go ahead, Six Fingers.
No, that's cool. I enjoyed what you had to say, and I always like the way you use channel, and I loved it when you had Mr. Munster sitting on top of the Bible. It's cool as hell. It was perfect.
Correct.
And you do a great show. And when I first saw it, I just thought, and I've told you this before, Chibol, that Mr. Munster's such a great part of that presentation, because the first time I saw you, it was unique. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. And I love the humour as well, and a lot of people do as well. They like your craziness, they like your brand of craziness, because we're all crazy to a certain degree.
The comfortable. It's a comfortable craziness.
Yes.
Correct.
You're a very cool dude, Ronan. I'll say that.
Yes, Ronan. You are very cool, and you have one of the biggest lapdogs I've ever seen in my life. And I thank you for joining this show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention too. I think if you want to be safe on this platform, one thing I noticed is if like you keep videos up for like 7 days, you have like a week's worth of news. That kind of helps you duck under the radar. And I guess the idea might be, and this is just me giving you my 2 cents, you could take it or leave it, but having that, not a video up for more than 7 days, you're kind of rotating them up. You have a week's worth of videos on there. And then when you go on to Jeff's show and stuff, and you remind people, and you got people out in this community that would pump your channel, no problem. If it has to change, they'll update it, change it, send it out throughout the community that way. But I think when you start stacking videos like that, you put a bigger target on yourself. Is all I'm trying to say, I guess. But that's just food for thought.
No, no, you're absolutely right because if we really think about it, a lot of my stuff was so far ahead of so many people that once it was coded into the system, I was the main target because I was already on the platform before it was even marked to that it was bad content.
Right. So you got hit after the video's been up for a while already.
Yo, do you know? I would have to go back and I would just randomly see removed, but they didn't like.
Yep.
They didn't hit me for anything. It was all copyright content. I got copyright contented, and I don't know how because all my stuff is screenshotted and most of it's all original too.
You gotta keep your stable clean.
Correct. So no. I really do. I really do thank you for that information, because a lot of myself, looks at people like yourself or even Six Fingers that you could be working for Space Force or Team DJT. So anything given in a good point like that, I have to just imagine that you work for the secret government and you're giving me a tip. So thank you very much.
I'm a realtor, bro.
You're a realtor. You don't work for DJT's team. You're not a QAnon. You're not Q himself.
Nope.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I thank you for the tip, then, Ronan. You're a smart man for knowing that. Then.
You're welcome. Just helping out, brother.
Damn right.
But then, let us know if anything changes, and we'll promote your new channels if that has to happen. But I think if you keep it clean like that, you'll be fine. But when you go on to Jeff Riddle, and because I've seen you on there in the last couple of days, I think he goes on at 4. They have mods and stuff in there that'll remind people of your channel too, and that kind of stuff.
Correct. Thank you. Yeah. I kind of wanted to get out of the war because I was just like I really didn't think I was serving any kind of purpose, and then it would eat at me every single day, 10-30 times a day.
That's the one.
And my biggest problem is I can't stay awake at night. I just can't. It's one of my biggest things. And when I told you, when I get ornery, I get very, very when I get tired, I get very ornery, and I could care less about myself, let alone delivering people good news. So I needed to develop a way on how to keep myself active and awake, and yet still be able to read the news, and that's how this live broadcasting is going to come about. I get to talk and then build the news.
Can I give you one more thought?
No, you're all run out of freaking thoughts, Ronan. All right?
I understand.
No, I'm kidding, dude. I'm kidding.
So I just kind of wanted to say, I think, and I might be wrong about this, but I think you can, record these videos and have them published at a certain time. And I noticed a lot of YouTube traffic doesn't really happen in the morning or pre-noon kind of time. So I don't know if this might help you out or not, but if you record it to publish it at a specific time every day, let's say East Coast 10 a.m., you publish it. People watch it, and then they go on these shows they go on to Jeff Riddle. Sometimes Craig the Hunter goes on. Some other people are going live. Now they got something to talk about, right?
Yeah, correct.
You watch Jabil's news. You're giving them bullet points, right?
Correct. And
I
that's
hope that helps you kind of relieve some stress, plus still be productive. You know what I'm saying?
correct. No, you're absolutely right. And that's actually how a lot of it was in the beginning of the war. They would they would post on, and a lot of people would say, "Did you see on Shabull's show how this was reported?" And a lot of it was, and then once it all the perfect storm came, it's no, but a good point to layer them out and build this as one broadcast where we go one, we go all, and just link it all together. I like that, blockchaining it.
Can I just come in a sec?
No, you're done too. I'm
What he's
kidding.
saying
I'm
is,
kidding.
Hey, Jabal,
Go ahead.
Who sent this guy? This guy's a genius.
He's Q.
He's talking sense, man. He's talking sense.
No, he really is.
And the thing is, what you've got to remember, Jabal, you don't have to do this alone. That's what he's trying to get through to you. You'll get all the support you need, you'll get. Whatever it is you need, everybody's here for you. And it's the same thing with Jeff Riddle, right? The people love him. They fucking love him. Right? And he's a great representative. And I really dig the guy.
Yeah, no, I definitely do dig the guy. And listen, Rome wasn't built by one person. It was built by one person coaching a whole bunch of slaves. But yeah, no, he's got a good point.
Now listen, somebody once said to me that exactly what you just said to me. They said, "You do realise Rome wasn't built in a day?" And I said, "Yeah, you know why, don't you?" I said, "No, why?" I said, "Because I wasn't on the job." It's the same as what killed Hitler. His gas bill.
Oh, that's funny. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. But real quick, gentlemen, just gonna just go through this before we end it. A couple screenshots that I took that I didn't get to build. Let's see what the news is today. So we have DJT, top Trump aide, set to defy subpoenas in Capitol attack investigation. So pretty much what this says is DJT told the people not to go to the subpoena because they just don't feel like answering questions about it because they know it was all set up. And also in the news, we have that Attorney General Merrick Garland's daughter married to co-founder of education company selling critical race theory resource material to school districts. So pretty much what this says is the Attorney General Merrick Garland, this guy right here, Zan Tanner, is right here. Let's do it. Do a little shaker Rooney. Wow, watching it all big. For some reason, it's not getting big now, but that's the guy responsible for pushing his father-in-law to put critical race theory into our schools. That's the guy. So it's actually an inside job from the government why it's inside our schools. So what we have next is the federal court blocks California law banning private prisons. So pretty much we're not allowing our government to take back over our prisons, and they're allowing us to keep our inmates corrupt and not teaching them a damn thing amongst society, and it's all just a looping system. Also, infrastructure bill includes Capitol building expansion to hold all Pfizer lobbyists. That's disgusting. So pretty much that just goes to show that that these people have their hand in the bills that are written, and not only the bills that are written for their companies and laws for their companies. It's also how, oh man, that's a funniest picture. Also how they write how they're going to bill our government. So also in the news we have Germany court declares Rona curfew unconstitutional. Not that I really think that's going to make a difference, but I screenshotted that. This one was pretty big. I like this one. Exclusive. Hunter Biden is seen hanging out with star-studded potential buyers of his $500,000 art at LA Milk Studio debut show, despite White House claims he will have no idea who is buying his pieces. So this pretty much shows on how they funnel information or not information, on how they funnel money and buying information. So they're not smart enough to invest in the cryptocurrency. They have this man painting art pieces. I guess they really do need to give this special mentally health a job. Make them do anything, paint art pieces and sell them for $7,500,000. So in the month of September, CNN was down nearly 80% of its viewership, under 1 million viewers. So there is another news company that felt that same type of viewership lost. It's called the MHM News. Also, we have here, Democrats are pushing to make the child tax credit permanent, but just a majority of Americans support it. I wonder which majority of the Americans are supporting the child tax credit. I think it's the poor people. So let's help everybody out and start bringing back the middle class. We are going also to this story here. The Bootstraps administration is paying millions to contractors to not build a border wall. Yeah, they shouldn't be paying millions to build a border wall anyway. It should be only a couple $100,000, and they should hire Mexicans to do it. Get it done real quick and cheap. And the last story for the night is going to be key architect of the Jabberoni technology argues that the vacation strategy does not work. They are saying that trying to give everybody the Rona is just not going to work. Okay, Dr. Robert Malone is widely considered one of the key activists of the Jabberoni technology that is basis of the several prominent Rona vacations. Although there is some controversies over the degree of his role in technology, Malone acknowledges he did not create the vacation itself, but rather played a key role in designing the tech on which it was based. So pretty much the guy that built the technology says it's not going to work. So this is Chabot telling you to go get the booster, please, because he owns stock in all those companies. Thank you very much. And guys, I thank you so much for joining me tonight. It really does mean a lot. And Ronan, you still there?
I'm here. Yeah.
And I have no idea where the hell you guys went. There you go. And
that was great.
Six Fingers, you were awesome. I thank you so much. We'll try to put this on OBS next time, and build it old school. So this is the OBS system, and that's me. I don't think you can see that screen share, but this is how I used to build it. Is the old show, but we're going to get back to it. This is pretty much the first night back on an old channel.
Everybody loves you, dude. Everybody loves you.
Thank you.
Can I just say it was wonderful, and I feel really honoured tonight, honestly. And it's been great to meet you, Ronan. You've got a really lot of good stuff to contribute, and it's been really great being in your company. I hope we meet again soon.
Absolutely.
Well, is it too late?
Six-Finger.
Yes, it was an honor meeting you too, Ronan, and Six Finger. And I was going to say, is it too late to tell you no, you can't talk, Six Finger? But I guess it is too late. I'm kidding, dude. I'm rude. I'm an a-hole.
I'm so happy to see you again. Honestly, I missed you.
Happy to see all of you. Happy to see all of you, and it's big time to be back and interact with the people. So before I go, let me just check out the chat to make sure. Oh yes, good night, everybody. I thank you so much, and we're going to sign off, guys. Have a good night, Brittany, Conrad, Tanya, and Ronan and Six Fingers. That is all for now from the Mental Health Militia News. Mr. Munson, Chobol, Six Fingers, Ronan. God bless you and yours. Holla Chobol. Two Fingers. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, dude. Good night. Good night.
Keep your stable clean and stay on schedule. If you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out.
Absolutely. We hope to stay on schedule. Just look out for weeknights and weekend nights, I guess. All right, guys?
Trust in the Lord.
Trust in the Lord. 2 fingers.